Business Blueprint, simplifying your success.
So our Gen Xers are a bit sceptical of the older generations. They are the people who want to brainstorm. They are the people who want to drive change. You want to drive change in your business? The best people to drive change are actually the Gen Xers. And when boomers say to me, but what role do I play? I go mentor and coach. Because Gen X are good at managing change because they are change agents. They see change as an opportunity to be part of the solution. They see change as an opportunity to learn. So what a Gen X is motivated by is, number one, effective leadership. So when people say to me, Gen X and Gen Y are not loyal, I say, well, that's actually not true. Veterans were loyal to the organisation. Baby boomers were loyal to their chosen profession. What a Gen X is loyal to is, number one, their career, whatever that might be, and number two, a good leader. And for all the bad things you hear about Gen Y, can I tell you what they are loyal to? Number one, the team, and number two, their manager. Of all the generations, just jumping ahead for a couple of seconds, the best team players in any organisation are the Gen Ys. They are collaborative by nature. Veterans and boomers and even Gen X are more competitive by nature. And so, number one, our Gen Xers, because they're sceptical by nature, their number one motivator is effective leadership. And notice the adjective, effective leadership. So when you say to a Gen X, what does that mean? They say managers and leaders who do what they say they will do. It's quite simple. Just do what you said you would do. And preferably when you said you would do it. In spot number two is challenging work. And people think that Generation X and Y change jobs because they can't decide what to do. That's not the case. They're multi-skilling themselves. They are taking opportunities because they are risk takers to increase their skill set. Because Generation X and Y go, there's no job security left in life. Being loyal to an organisation, in the words of Gen X, is pointless because, quote unquote, organisations shaft people. Look what happened to our baby boomer parents and friends. Gen Y say being loyal to the organisation is pointless because, quote unquote, organisations do not care about people as human beings. And so, what they are loyal to are people. And what they want to do is learn new skills, because Gen X and Gen Y see that the only job security left in life is to be employable. How do you get to be employable? Well, you get to be employable, number one, by being well educated, and number two, by being multi-skilled. Generation X and Y are the most tertiary educated generations in employment history, by choice, to make themselves more employable. And what you should take away from today, you can't take the economist out of me because I still love stats, because stats prove things. At the end of 2010, there was a study done that found that 49.8%, to be precise, 49.8% of university graduates wanted to work for organisations that employed less than 100 people. You know why? Greater variety, more flexibility, greater opportunity to be part of a team, and a better workplace culture. Because every bad news story you read in the press about whether it's bullying and harassment, whether it's about fraud, whether it's about ICAC investigations, are what? Large organisations, big government departments at a state and federal level. So why would you want to go there? And in spot number three for our Gen Xers is access to learning and development opportunities and coaching. And what I think is interesting is that their focus in the learning and development space is much more on what we call soft skills, because in their words, Gen X want to be, quote unquote, better managers and leaders than the ones they've worked for. So they are seeing value in developing their own people, management and leadership skills. And they want coaching. They see coaching as an opportunity yet again to develop their skills on a one-on-one basis. So you can already see, over here we've got job security, financial security, recognition and status. Now we've got effective leadership, challenging work, and access to learning and development and coaching. Couldn't be more different, could it? And I keep saying to baby boomers, throwing money at Gen X and Gen Y doesn't work. By the way, you better pay them a fair market wage because they've already done their homework on the internet. But that's not their key driver. And then along come the optimistic Gen Ys. Gen Y born 1980 to 1995. Where are our Gen Ys? Most entrepreneurial generation. There's only about half a dozen in the room. Don't feel sorry for them, that they're in the minority at this point in time for two reasons. They've got more self-awareness and self-confidence than the rest of us, thanks to their baby boomer parents. And secondly, if you're not important in their life, they actually don't care whether you like them or not. And that is actually something I think older generations could learn from Gen Y. They actually don't care what people think about them who are not important in their lives. And as a generation, they are more optimistic. So I describe the baby boomers as the realists who started out as optimists. I then describe the Gen Xers as the pessimists who every now and again will show some optimism when you prove to them it's worth considering. And then we've got our Gen Ys who are the optimists.
Business Blueprint. To access more great content, visit businessblueprint.com.